Welcome back, ODH TV, Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 4 finale. And after this episode aired, the two big questions are, did Kanan take out his mother, or did someone save her at the last minute? And if someone did save Rock at the last moment, the next question is who? So to answer this question, we have to talk about what's been going on and what may or may not have been going on simultaneously. So we know that Kanan since Season 3 has had a one-track mind about his mother. He believes that she has done everything she possibly can to remove everyone from his life so she can have him for herself. This includes taking out all the people closest to him. This includes him believing that she took out his best friend Famous, his real father Detective Howard, and his girlfriend Crystal. Seemingly the last straw after his girlfriend Crystal had been taken out was Detective Garcia coming to see him and letting him know a sketchy description of a black woman coming out of the apartment that Crystal was killed in. Kanan has decided to go see his mother and exact revenge. Now I'm sure myself, like a lot of you guys out there, don't believe that Kanan actually took out his mother. Now I made a video about 2 years ago explaining why I believe that Rock makes it out of the whole Raising Kanan series. But I'll give you one of the main points as to why I believe she survives, and it's not the reason that you think it might be. I want to play this clip that I know everybody has seen before, but I want you to look at it in a different way.
But listen, I gotta get going, make a few stops and shit. I just went to go see my mom, came straight here. All right, man.
Okay, so Tommy, Ghost, and Kanan, they've been running together for years before OG Power started. They knew all the players. They knew everything that was going on in Queens, pretty much. All the major players. Nothing in that game would have went down without them knowing. And the three of them were tight like family. So you know Ghost and Tommy definitely knew Rock or knew of Rock. Now, when you're young growing up in your neighborhood and there's any type of criminal activity going on, you either know of it firsthand or have heard about it. Raquel was one of the biggest dealers in Queens. If anything would have happened to her, they would have definitely known about it. Now, before you run to the comments and say Kanan was lying when he said he went to go see his mother, that's not even what this is about. The point is to watch this clip again and watch Tommy and Ghost's reaction when Kanan says he went to go visit his mother.
But listen, I gotta get going, make a few stops and shit. I just went to go see my mom, came straight here. All right, man.
Did you catch their reaction? Me neither, because there wasn't one. They knew Rock. If Rock would have got killed or died or went to jail or anything, they would have known. So that's why when he said he went to go see his mom, they had no reaction. Because they either know she's alive or the only other logical explanation could possibly be was that he went to visit her in jail, which means she still survived, or he went to her gravesite. And then that would be the reason why there was no reaction from Ghost or Tommy. But we know Kanan was lying. That's why we're just focusing on the reaction from what Kanan said. So that's one of the reasons why I believe she survives. The other reason is that I gotta believe that the producers are getting tired of this old trope of having the kids kill their parents. It's just getting tired. It's getting corny. I know they want to make this giant leap into Kanan's mental instability, but to have this young boy kill his mom would just be too much. Kanan is silly enough as it is. They could just let him keep on murking people until that changes his whole psyche. Now, coming back to this scene, we have to try to figure out exactly who was available to help Rock at the time. So we know right before this scene, or simultaneously while Kanan and Jukebox were arguing, Lou was kidnapping Panessa and Jerome with B. Rilla. We also know right before or simultaneously as Kanan gets to Rock's house, Marvin is at a gas station becoming a victim of a drive-by. So this takes us back to Kanan and Jukebox's argument.
You ain't with me, you against me.
So after he says that, he leaves for his mom's house. Immediately, Jukebox grabs a phone and calls someone. Now, some of what happens next, I believe, hinges on this phone call. We don't know who she called. We also know Jukebox doesn't have a car. She obviously wants to help Rock, but to do that, the only two people I think she could possibly have called is either Marvin or Detective Garcia. Now, the problem with Detective Garcia is that I believe Rock is living out in Forest Hills. That's a lot farther away, so I don't know if he'd be able to get there on time. And what would she tell him? And like I said, Marvin was just in a shootout. Now, like I said, we don't know if this was simultaneously or right before, because there's another phone call we have to look at.
Why did you kill her?
I gotta call you back.
This is where Kanan arrives at Rock's house. Rock was on the phone talking to somebody who was notifying her about the restaurants being firebombed, to which she replies that Unique has a bigger surprise coming to him, obviously talking about the kidnapping of his girlfriend and his son. But who is she talking to? I'm going to assume she was talking to Lou about the successful abduction of Panessa and her son. where he probably let her know what was going on with the restaurants. So right after Marvin's drive-by, we see him hurrying off somewhere. I believe he's headed to Rock's house, because even though they just got finished having a bad argument, he still loves his sister, and he's probably going to go see if she's okay. So on a side note, I have one big problem with this. She is at war with Unique and the Italians. Why is she home? Why is she not somewhere else? Or if she's going to be home, where's her bodyguards? Where's her muscle? None of that makes any sense. So now we're here with Kanan pointing a weapon at his mother, and his mother pretty much begging for her life. Kanan's about to take the shot. Then his mother makes eye contact with him and he hesitates. Then he goes back to what he was originally planning to do. She closes her eyes, there's a long pause, the screen goes black, and we hear what seems to be a gunshot. Hard to tell, was that a gunshot or was that a door being kicked in? But without anything else to go on, could it be possible that since Rock lives so far away that maybe Marvin went and picked up Jukebox because he was close by and they drove over there, or Marvin just drove straight over to Rock's house? But I think Marvin is the key to this, and I think he might be the one that actually saves Rock. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll be back in the next one.
Player to player, I mean, games that you play and I see, the chance that I'm taking, I mean, these things that I'm saying, I'm sorry. I don't even know what I really need. I don't even know if you're feeling me.